In this video, we'll be looking at some instances where rookie cops thought they were above the law, but got owned instead. Let's get down to it. A cop was sitting in his police cruiser when a man approached him and asked him for his name and badge number. The cop was really confused by this, but he was doing a good job hiding his resentment towards this man, so he told him his name and badge number without question. But then he asked the man to step away from his vehicle as he was about to reveal some very sensitive information about somebody. The man didn't want to do it, and he told the cop that it was his job to ensure privacy. The cop couldn't handle the man on his own, so he called a rookie female officer to help him out and block the view or something like that. I guess it takes two cops to violate a person's rights, you know? Something tells me that this rookie cop is gonna get completely owned by this man, but we'll get to that.
How are you, my man?
Can I have your name, please?
What's that right here? My name is Jay Ross.
Could I ask what we had going on here?
What's that?
Could I ask what we had going on?
It's police business, official police business.
Did you have a call here?
What's that?
Did you have a call here?
Yes.
Okay. Could I ask you what the call's about?
You can, but I'm not going to answer you. It's confidential.
Okay.
All right.
Do you have an identification number by chance?
612.
612. Thank you.
612. Yep.
Thank you very much.
Well, yeah, I'm good with you filming me.
I don't have to
the deal.
move anywhere. There's no law that says I can't be here.
There is, because I'm about to bring up a person's confidential information.
Well, you're going to have to keep that private then.
What's that?
You're going to have to keep that private then.
My man, I'm going to ask you to back away from the car. So
Is there a law that says I have to back away, sir?
There's a law that says that he has a right to keep his information.
What law is that?
Would you want someone?
Are you referring to the Fourth Amendment?
Would you want somebody to film you while all your information was on the screen?
Well, it's not about what I want. You said that there's a law, so now I'm trying to find out what that law is.
Hey, Jay. Hey, I'm trying to just get his info. Could you just block? I don't want him to see his personal information. So just stand in front.
You're going to restrict me from exercising my constitutional rights?
Man, I'm about to bring up somebody's personal information, and I'm not going to show it to you.
So you're asking an officer to block the view of my camera?
The view of you being able to see my person's
You're
personal
asking your officer to block the view of my camera?
The rookie cop told the man to back off, and the man insisted that she cited the exact law that requires him to move away. But as you can imagine, she couldn't do that. Instead, she came up with some excuses, saying that he was obstructing their investigation, and the man called her out because of that nonsense pretty quickly and asked her how he was doing that. She told him that he needed to move away in order to film, but he insisted on staying right there on that very spot. The man then grew tired of dealing with this rookie cop and requested a supervisor. She just ignored that request, and in the meantime, that first cop rolled down his windows just to show his ignorance once again. The point is that neither him nor the rookie female cop could tell the man about the law that forbids him to film stuff.
Touch me. Do not touch me.
Yeah, you better back up.
What law says I have to back up?
He's going through someone's personal information.
What law? What law?
You're going to be obstructing with our investigation.
How so, ma'am? How am I obstructing when I'm not in between him and his... How is that obstructing? Do you know what the definition of obstruct? It's not about what I want.
Look, you can record.
I can record right here.
You can record over there.
No, I can record right here.
You can record over
Call
there.
a supervisor. I'm not talking to you. Bring him. I'm not talking to you anymore. Don't touch me. Don't get in the way of my camera. Absolutely insane, man. So now we're good. So there wasn't a law that says I can't do this?
Man, you need. So what we're trying to do is
No, you just lied to me. If there's a law, please tell me what law that is. If there is a, I'm not gonna touch. No, I'm not. No. Back it up. You said there's a law that says I can't record that. I'm requesting you to tell me what law that is.
The rookie cop brought up the fact that they were doing an investigation again, and the man called her out on that immediately, exposing her intention. He said that she was just dancing around the question because she knew all too well that there weren't any law that could back up her claims. Or maybe she didn't know. She's clearly a rookie, so it's entirely possible that she actually didn't know what she was talking about and was just mindlessly repeating whatever her older colleague was saying. Unfortunately for both of them, they chose the wrong man to mess with. She also accused him of obstruction, so the man had to educate her on the actual meaning of the word, explaining that it implies a physical act and therefore exercising constitutional rights cannot be deemed obstruction.
We're doing an investigation.
So you're just dancing around the question because you have nothing to back up your claim that it's against the law to record that. You guys have to make it private. I'm allowed to stand in public and exercise my constitutional rights.
Yeah, but right now we're doing an investigation, so that was our issue.
You also said I was obstructing. Do you know the definition of the word obstructing? It's a physical act. I'm not physically obstructing. Me standing here exercising my constitutional rights cannot be obstructing.
The cop tried to explain herself, but she was having a little trouble getting her point across. The man then asked her how long she had been a police officer, and she didn't want to tell him that, probably because she was a noob, and tried to be smart by asking the man the same question, but he was able to outsmart her again. He then proceeded to educate her some more and asked for her supervisor once again, and at one point she just left, probably realizing that she got completely owned by this educated citizen.
When someone's looking through someone's personal records,
I'm not looking through anyone's personal records.
you're recording.
That is an exaggeration, ma'am.
But that is someone's personal information. We have sensitive computer systems.
So you have to keep that private.
Exactly.
Okay? But you can't violate my rights to do your job. Do you understand that? Your job is to keep it private.
But you're interfering is what I'm saying.
No. We'll ask your supervisor since you're uneducated on the subject.
Okay. So
How long have you been with the police?
How long have you been a police officer?
I haven't. I'm not.
So what is the argument?
Are you an expert on the law?
Okay, so do I interfere with your job?
You are right now. Are you serious?
Is that your job?
This is insane. So now it's just we're gonna belittle me and, oh, is that your job? Obviously, you're interrupting me from doing what I'm doing. You were called over here you touched me. You said that I wasn't allowed to record that. You said it was against the law. It doesn't matter how nice you ask somebody to violate their rights. That's a violation of my rights. The Fourth Amendment says you guys can't violate his identity. Am I wrong or am I right?
Then the supervisor arrived, and he essentially admitted that there isn't a law preventing this man from filming. However, he insisted that the man still needed to stop filming if the officer told him to. The man responded by educating him, asserting that it's a police officer's job to keep that information private and that he cannot violate people's rights because of it.
Law that says I can't record into his window.
So this is the thing. Is there a law that says no? There isn't a law. However,
There isn't a law, so they lied to me.
No, but
But they lied.
if it's confidential information now,
Uh-huh.
it's only required for law enforcement, and you're not law enforcement, you cannot record that.
What law says that? You guys have to keep it private. Me standing in public exercising my rights, you can't violate my rights
I'm not trying
to
to
do.
violate your
No,
rights.
not you specifically. I'm just saying in general. You can't violate a citizen's rights to exercise their.
Dude, you know your rights.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not trying to argue with you.
Well, no, I'm not. It's not about the moral aspect. It's about they told me there's a law that I can't stand here and record that. He has to keep it private. I can respect that,
Yeah.
but you can't violate my rights to do that.
After asking for like 100th time to cite the law, the sergeant told him that he was gonna do that after they were done with their investigation and then proceeded to block the man's view. But that didn't make much sense because the man could still see everything. The man also called the sergeant out for touching him and standing incredibly close to him. The sergeant, realizing that he was helpless, just left. The man continued to argue with the first cop he came into contact with. The cop was still being very unpleasant towards this man and basically told him that he wanted him gone. In the end, he actually smiled in the creepiest way possible, hoping that it would scare the man away. Well, if you can't win any arguments against educated citizens and can't force them to leave, you can always creep them out. I wouldn't be surprised if I saw more cops using that strategy.
What's on that?
But what law says that? Is there a penal code?
Yes, there's law.
Would you mind looking it up?
I will give it to you. That's no problem.
Would you mind? You're a little
Well,
close.
I know.
We're good. I'm good.
So this is what Sergeant's physically trying to butt me out of the way. He's pressing his body up into me right now.
But you out.
My is touching your leg. Are you serious?
Actually, it's not, because that would make me feel very uncomfortable to watch.
Oh my god. This is insanity, bro. So once I told him my was touching his leg, he was standing so close. He took a little. Look how close he is. I can still see all the info though. It just makes no sense. So it's
Dude,
about.
first off,
So you're gonna touch. You're
first
gonna
off,
punch
I'm telling you, you cannot record
Are
that
you gonna
stuff.
arrest me?
Dude, I really
You just
don't want
smacked my hand with the phone.
to. Dude, I'm telling you.
Is there
you
a
cannot-
law? Is,
Listen. I'm trying to respect.
is
your
that a
rights,
lawful
okay?
order?
Yes, you cannot record the stuff because
Can you please tell me what law?
I will
Sergeant?
give it to you. I will give it to you.
I'm waiting.
Okay, I will give it to you. After we're done, I will give it to you. I have no problem
So
doing
you're
that.
just gonna violate? You just touched me.
I
you-
ain't violation, man.
Oh my
Stop
goodness.
playing this victim.
I'm playing with you? I'm playing a. What'd you say?
Stop playing this victim role.
I'm a victim. Oh my goodness. You guys are the ones crying about me standing here recording. You're the ones who made all this big deal. 3 officers coming up and touching me and bumping into me. Can I bump into you, Sergeant?
Well, first off,
You bumped into me. There's no debating that.
I bumped into you. I'm not gonna argue with you. Just take it out. Just take it out. All right.
Oh,
Take it away.
yeah, let's take it away now that we've been a bunch of assholes and violent. What's your name?
I just told you my name. Do you not have a good memory?
Do I not have a good
Yeah,
memory?
I told it to you earlier.
More
You can go back in the-
disrespect.
You can go back
More
in the-
disrespect.
Go back in the recording.
More disrespect.
I gave it to you. Remember, you
Yeah.
asked for the
You
number
homeboy.
two?
You want to be a
You don't remember?
disrespectful punk?
You don't remember?
I got a bad memory.
Well, you're citing all these
You wanna
codes.
talk-
You don't remember?
Citing all these codes, what code have I cited?
You asked me my name and my badge number.
What
You don't
code
remember?
have I cited? What are you
Go
even
back in your
talking
vid. I don't want to
about?
help you. Go back in your vid.
You are a child. You know
Go
that?
back in your
All
vid.
this for no, and I still recorded all the
Go
info
back
on
in your
there.
vid. 'Cause
And I still got the
no,
info.
You're acting like you have a really good memory. I don't want to make sure. 'cause
I'm
I told
acting
you my
like what?
name. I told you my name, my badge number. I want you to go back. Yeah.
What up?
Now, we don't know if this cop's really a rookie, but he definitely acts like one, or at least he did in this particular situation. He persistently insisted that the man he had pulled over step out of his vehicle so that they could talk. But the man didn't want to do that and told the cop that he could talk to him right then and there. After realizing that this cop was most likely a rookie and that he was going to try to impose his own laws because he doesn't know the actual laws, the man told him to call his supervisor. The cop decided it was a good time to bring up that he was the one who was in charge. The cop might be a rookie, but he also has quite an ego. You can just tell that he doesn't like one bit that his authority was being challenged by this man. The cop then told the man that there is a law that says that he can ask him to step out of the vehicle during a traffic stop, but when the man asked him to tell him the exact law, the cop didn't know how to answer that, so he just said that he could look it up in his own free time.
Because I want to talk to you. Step out of the vehicle.
You can talk to me from right here, sir.
Step out of the vehicle.
I don't need to step out of the vehicle. Call your sergeant.
I'm the one that's in charge right now.
Call
Step out
call
of the
your
vehicle.
boss. I've done nothing wrong.
You have his license, everything else. We have reasonable
Yes, you
suspicion
do
for the
have
stop.
my license.
We clear, we run, everything's good to go. Okay.
You can talk to me
So,
plain as day from right here.
is there a reason
I'll
that you
put
don't
my
step out of
phones
the
right here.
vehicle?
Because I don't need to step out of the vehicle, sir. You guys need to do your job and know that I know what your job is as well as mine.
You don't know what my job is.
Okay.
You have no idea what my
I
job
do have
is.
not
You
have
do?
any
So then-
reason to be
so then
pulled
you
out of my
also know that
vehicle.
the Supreme Court said that whenever a traffic stop is made, if an officer asks you to step out of the vehicle, you step out of the vehicle.
What have I done? What am I
Doesn't
being
matter.
cited with?
Doesn't matter. At this point, you're being detained. I just step out of the vehicle.
For what?
I'm not going to search your vehicle. I just want to talk to you away from the
You
vehicle.
can't
for a
talk to
minute.
me from right here.
Why can't you step out of the vehicle?
Because do I need to step out of the vehicle?
There's court law that says that there's nothing wrong with me asking you to step out of the vehicle. The court has says it's fine.
What code is, or what is that?
I don't have to get that to you. You can look it up later on your own time.
Okay,
You're on my
you
time
know
right
it?
now.
Do you know it?
I know that
I
is
pay
the
you,
law.
sir. And him.
Everybody pays me.
Okay.
And guess what? So technically, I also pay taxes as well, so I also pay my own paycheck.
Okay,
So
that's fabulous.
So that means nothing to me.
Okay.
All this stuff you're saying.
You
it
need
means
me to
nothing
get
me.
out of my vehicle so you can talk to me.
Yeah,
When you're
I-
talking to me right here,
I-
that makes no sense
I
to
want
me.
you to step at the back of the vehicle so you can speak with me.
I can
Please-
speak with
please-
you
please
right
explain
here.
it. You also told me that you have a knife on your person.
Do you want it? It's a fishing knife. Do you
Okay?
want it?
A knife can cut me as well as
Do
anything
you
else
want
can cut
it?
me.
And it's not going to cut you.
No, I don't want your knife. I don't want you to remove
Okay.
it because I don't want to put a weapon into your hand,
I don't
even
either.
though you have one on you right now.
No, I don't.
After telling me you have one.
That doesn't mean that it's still on me.
The man then told the cop to ask for his sergeant, and the cop refused to do it, telling the man that he didn't need a sergeant. I wonder why. After getting the information that everything was valid, the rookie cop proceeded to ask the man some more questions. Oh, they love to ask questions. He wanted to know why there was an unknown person inside his vehicle, but the man didn't want to answer that because that was none of the cop's business. They were arguing when the man called the cop out for constantly clearing his throat and asking him if he had been drinking. The cop denied it, of course, and went on to reveal that he had already dealt with this man in the past, complaining that he was always giving him a hard time. Oh, poor baby. I can't help but feel sorry for him. Why don't we all just let him get away with giving unlawful orders so he can feel good about himself?
Can you please call your sergeant?
I'm not calling a sergeant. I don't need a sergeant here. Have we got a return yet on him? Is he good to go? Is valid? Everything's valid? Okay, so who was the person that
I don't
ran out of the
know.
vehicle? So you're telling me that a person was inside your vehicle, you didn't know who they were?
Yes, sir.
You don't think that's kind of odd? I don't let random people ride in my
Sir,
personal car.
Is my stuff clear? I mean,
It really doesn't matter
I have
because the
nothing
thing
to say
is
to
that it is suspicious whenever we pull behind a car.
have you
and
been
the
drinking,
passenger-
sir? Why do you have to
Excuse me?
keep clearing your throat?
Seriously, that's where we're going with this? I have not been drinking.
Okay. Questions I'm allowed to ask you to rustle you up. You want to try to rustle me up by asking me questions?
Jesse,
we can both do that.
Jesse, this isn't the first time I've dealt with you. You're not bothering me. This is pretty common for you. So
Why don't you look at me, sir? I don't have a passenger.
I have dealt with you several times. You had a passenger that ran out of the vehicle, and you're telling me
Regardless,
you have no idea
you're
who that
looking
was.
over there talking to me.
Why does it matter where I look?
Because you respect a man, you'd look at him in their eyes.
Okay.
Okay.
So what does that mean?
Well, I don't understand who you're talking to if you're
I'm
looking at
talking
somebody
to you.
else.
You just said you're the only
Okay,
person in the
now,
vehicle.
yeah,
So is
look
there
at me.
somebody else in the vehicle?
No, sir.
No,
Do you
there's
see
not.
anybody else
okay,
in the vehicle?
so who was in the vehicle with you?
I don't know.
You don't,
Why do you keep
you have-
asking me the same questions over and over looking
because
for a different
because
answer?
you refused to answer the question.
I answered the question.
You did? You're telling me you have no
Yes,
idea who that
sir.
person was.
I answered the question.
You have no idea who that person
No,
was.
sir.
Okay.
The cop then told the man that he was going to issue him a citation for no insurance and asked him about his current address, and the man told him that without issue. The man, whose name is Jesse by the way, then asked the cop for permission to look for his insurance in his glove box. The cop then approached him and asked him if he had any weapons inside the glove box, and he said no, which is why the cop allowed him to look for his insurance. After searching for a bit, the man just gave up and told the cop that he was going to deal with it in court. The cop began to explain the process, but Jesse interrupted, saying he already knew how it went, so the cop stopped explaining.
Citation for no insurance. What's your current address?
It should be on file. It's 59.
Thank you, sir.
Also, sir, with your willingness, I can check the glove box or something. I don't know, because I don't trust you officers and me reaching around to look for my insurance enough.
Hey, Jesse.
Sir,
Do you have a gun or anything in that glove box?
no, sir.
Okay. Do you think you have some insurance
It's
in that
very
glove box?
possible.
Very possible. Okay.
I have a center console and a glove box. Like I said, it's my mother's vehicle,
Okay.
so I can check there.
Sure. Go ahead.
I know it's insured because all of our vehicles are insured through Progressive here at Wyoming Financial Insurance.
This is very simple.
It
We're writing you a
is.
citation because there's no proof of it
Go ahead
right now.
and write the citation, sir, and I'll just deal with it in court.
Okay.
I don't need to worry about looking for it.
Okay.
We'll deal with it that way and waste
Okay.
more of our money, huh?
Okay, Jesse.
Let's do it that way.
So please understand that if you do in fact have insurance, if you contact the insurance company and ask them to send you a piece of paper, they will. If you in fact have insurance right now, they'll
I do.
they'll
My
send
mother
you-
does.
Okay, they'll send you a document saying that at this time of date during the traffic stop, you in fact had
Yep.
had
I have
insurance
it.
through whatever company. When you have that,
I do have it.
take
I
that with
understand
you.
how this works, sir. All the way.
Okay, well then I'll stop explaining it to you.
Thank you.
The next thing you know, the cops brought a dog, and the man told them right from the get-go that they weren't going to find anything, and that turned out to be the truth. In the end, the cop gave the man 2 citations, one for insurance and one for a broken windshield. While he was waiting for the cop to give him the citations, the man talked to the camera saying that the cops didn't even bother to take photos of the broken windshield for evidence. Once the cop handed him the citations, the man was free to leave.
Sometimes the dog's not going to hit on anything because we don't have anything. You'd think a good dog would only have to circle at one time. Maybe you should calibrate your dog. Huh.
So here, I'll explain this to you. I have a little packet for you too.
Thank you.
It's a citation for failure to maintain liability insurance. Set your court date out for the 4th of May, 8:30 in the morning, municipal
Okay,
court.
I understand what no insurance tickets are.
This one's for broken windshield,
Okay,
110.
appreciate it.
Same date. Let me grab that packet for you.
Yet they did not take a picture or nothing of my broken window for their evidence. These are the people we have working for us.
And no insurance is a must appear, so make sure you're there.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
Now I'm free to go. You gave me my ID and all that. We're good to
You
go.
have all your information?
Here we have another rookie cop trying to act smart and failing miserably in doing so. He wanted to know this man's name, but when confronted about it, he had no other choice but to reveal his name and badge number first. It didn't take long for this man to put the rookie cop in his place. The cop then confirmed that the man was allowed to film, but that he needed to move to the other side, and the man refused, saying that he was standing on a public sidewalk and that the cop doesn't have that authority over him. Then he actually told him that he was dismissed and to go back to his car, but as you can imagine, this cop had a problem with that, so he just kept arguing with the man, trying to get him to do things his way. The man told him once again that he was going to stay right there and exercise his First Amendment right. He asked the officer what would happen if he didn't cross to the other side, and the cop simply told him that he would be arrested for trespassing.
What's your name and your badge number?
I just thought I'd ask your name. My name's Officer Siegel, 17.
Thank you.
What we're gonna ask of you, you're allowed to film, but we need you on the opposite side.
No,
of the
sir.
sidewalk.
No, you don't.
Yeah, we do.
No, I'm on the public sidewalk. You have no authority over me.
So-
Get back in your car. You're dismissed. Leave me alone.
It's not the way it works.
That's the way it's going to work
And you're
today.
also on camera, too.
It's going to work today like that.
So, no, it's
I'm on the public sidewalk conducting a First Amendment activity.
not on
So,
this sidewalk.
yeah, this is a public sidewalk, sir. Well, what you going to do about it if I don't go across the street?
You're gonna be warned of trespassing, then you're gonna be arrested.
The cop then told the man that he was being very patient with him and asked him for his name once again, but the man didn't want to tell him that. The next thing you know, this rookie cop was consulting with a security guard, and the man started yelling at him, telling him that he had a right to film on both sidewalks as they are both public. He also warned him not to make up his own laws and told him that he was dismissed. In the end, the cop had no other choice but to do that walk of shame.
No need to be patient because I'm not going across the street.
Well, I'm gonna continue and I'm gonna ask for your name
And you're not going to get it. You're not going to get it.
Okay.
Well, Big Nick, South Florida Accountability.
What?
Big Nick, South Florida Accountability. YouTube me.
Huh? Yeah. I think so, yeah. Well, is it this sidewalk or that sidewalk?
It's either sidewalk, Siegel. It's either sidewalk that I pay for. It's either sidewalk in public, sir. Either one, sir. Either sidewalk that I pay for, Siegel. Hey, Siegel, I can even come up here, Siegel. Look, I can even be right here, Siegel. I can even be right here, Siegel. Look, I can even come over here. I can even come over here, Siegel. I can even come right here, Siegel. Yeah, I can, Siegel. I can. This is city property. I can. There's utilities. I can. This is public property, Siegel. This is public property, sir. Do not make up your own laws. Do not make up your own rules, Siegel. Yeah, this is public property. Yeah, it is. It is. It is, Siegel. There's not a damn thing you can do about it. You can get all the calls you want, Siegel. There's not a damn thing you can do about it. You're dismissed. That's called a walk of shame, what you're doing right there. You are dismissed. Do not come back and aggravate me again while I'm doing the story, okay?